Hi, my name is Riley Allen. This is my reviews of Chapter 10 of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, titled The Rogue Bludger. So, we learn that Lockhart is just being a petty bastard to Harry, picking him out of the crowd of the students to read all and reenact the most embarrassing parts of his book. One of which is where he defeated a werewolf by using a charm, by bare-knuckle brawling him, basically, defeating him, and then using a charm that doesn't exist. But actually, that can't be true, because all these stories are true. So there was actually a wizard that bare-knuckle, brute strength, a werewolf, and then used a homunculus, something called a homunculus charm, to turn the werewolf back into a man, which I think might just be kind of like a one-use, short-term thing. Like it's not a cure, obviously. It's just like a hurry up, cast the charm, then run like fuck type of deal. I'm expecting the dude who actually bare-knuckle brawled a werewolf to be someone like Hagrid, being a half-giant, maybe. Because I don't see anybody just looking at a werewolf and just fighting them hand-to-hand, even if they're a wizard. But anyway. So Hermione gets his signature, because of course she does, because of course he signs it, to get the book out, and they get the book from their 6th session, and they realize, oh yeah, that's definitely in there for a reason. Potions to make people go inside out, make their insides and their insides their outsides. Potions to give a woman several arms sticking out of her head. Why are these potions existing, and why? I kind of both want to know why these potions were created, but also I feel like the reasons has to be because somebody had some secrets, and somebody wanted those secrets. So these potions were created as a way to get those secrets. The fun way. So we have Quidditch match between the Slytherins and Gryffindors, and Oliver Wood tells Harry that we better win or you better die trying. Excuse me, sir. Do you not know Harry? He's gonna hear or die trying and say bet. And he does. He gets immediately attacked by the bludger, and immediately the twins are like, alright, we gotta call it. So they try to call the game. But Harry's not having it, and Wood's allowing it. Where the fuck is Madam Hooch? She is an adult in this situation. She is supposed to be like the referee. She must know that there's something wrong with this bludger. It's her. Is it not her job to be like, hey, gotta call it, you know? I mean, also it's raining, so add to that. So, eventually the bludger slams into him and breaks his elbow. So, with his one hand that he can't... He finds the snitch right above Malfoy's head, which goes to show how bad of a seeker Malfoy is. If you couldn't find it right above his head. But I guess you gotta give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. It was apparently raining. And we don't know how loud the snitch is, so maybe all he heard was the rain, but, you know, still. It's Malfoy, so we're going to mock him. He gets the snitch, but he's only holding on with his leg, so he slams down to the thing and onto the ground, and immediately Lockhart comes on. And Harry's in too much pain to give a shit to pretend, so he's like, oh no, not you. No, Colin, don't take no pictures, please, no. So when Lockhart tries to fix him up, he's like, absolutely not. Just send me to Pumphrey. Honestly, again, why does Gilderoy think he could do it? He knows he didn't do jack shit of that. The best thing he could do is send... All he's doing is probably making more people suspicious of him. Does he not realize that? Probably not. But anyway, he vanishes Harry's bones in his arm. And then Colin, who has absolutely no social awareness, takes pictures of that. Nah, see, if it's me, and that happened to me, and Colin's taking pictures, me and him are on site. It's the ones. So, immediately Pomfrey's pissed. Obviously. So she obviously, of course, has a potion for it, Skelegro. And apparently it's the worst thing ever. So they do talk about the, potion. Apology potion. It's gonna take a month. They're gonna have to steal some stuff from the, Snape's own personal storeroom, which Ron and Harry don't want to do, but Hermione convinces them because she's worried, because she's a Muggleborn and Muggleborn is being attacked. And I just love Ron's like, since when did you convince us to break rules? I love that this book, Hermione's really come into her own a bit. Like, she's very much a part of the team, so to say. Like, she was always a part of the team last book, in a sense. But, like, now she's an active leading member, in a sense. Like, she's leading the charge for the rule breaking, this part. So Dobby comes in and admits that he did it all. And he drops hints, more hints. He basically confirms there was a Chamber of Secrets. But he can't really confirm who did it because, you know, he's got to punish himself. And I love that he says that ever since the defeat of Voldemort, house elves have been treated better. They've had better lives, which I don't... Of course, Dobby admits that, yeah, I haven't seen any of that greener grass, but, you know, apparently the grass is greener. I've just never seen that greener grass. He also says the reason he wears a towel or whatever it is to mark him as a slave, which, God. Anyway, he ends up poofing away while Harry's pissed, because, fair enough to him, that bludger could have very well killed him. I mean, Dobby was trying to only harm him, which is still very bad. Whatever. So, they bring Colin in, who's now been petrified. And I swear to God, this might as well just be called Harry Potter and the Time the Basilisk Couldn't Catch a Break. Because what do you mean? There was a second person who had a reflective lens or whatever. I can just imagine after this conversation, Basilisk with Tom Riddle Diary, the fuck you mean you couldn't get him? He had a camera. There was a puddle. There was a camera. One job, Basilisk. You have one job. Use your laser eyes and just start killing the Muggleborns. So, it's basically confirmed the Chamber of Secrets has been opened and everybody's worried now. Overall, I really did enjoy this. It did further the plot very well. It made Draco look like a clown. That's always a plus. There was zero Snape. He did not darken my page this chapter. Other than to mention that it's probably going to have to be stolen from the storeroom. We did have Gilderoy, who darkened the page enough for Snape. Overall, I'm going to give this chapter about a 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you in the next video.